Welcome class to Ethnic Studies 1, Introduction to Ethnic Studies. I'll be your profe for this class, Profe Henriquez. So right now for this video, we're going to go through the syllabus, then we're going to go through Canvas, and we'll be going through the assignments and so forth, and just go through everything. So it'll be a little bit of a long video, but also understand that this video is part of a quiz that is going to be asked, and it's going to be due on Sunday. So it is a long video, but let's get through it, right? And I'm going to give some things that is not in the syllabus. So it's one of the things that I want you to make sure you watch the whole video, right? So first thing first most, is to let you know that I do put in the syllabus that is a reading document. So at any time, I can just change the syllabus. I usually don't, but in terms of like adding any readings or maybe a video and so forth, maybe to help, maybe extending a little bit more of the subject. One of the first things I always do in my syllabus is giving acknowledgement, and this is to the Tongva people, understanding that their homeland was taken away, just like as we're dealing right now within politics, as we're taking different lands away and so forth, and, giving a misrepresentation of who the people the land belong to. And so this is here when, acknowledging that the Tongva people were in the land that is Chaffey Colleges was at, or any other place too as well. One of the things that I do have in my syllabus is also pronouns preferences. Make sure that all students have the right to address his preferred in accordance to personal identity. I do have tips of taking this online course, so make sure that you stay on top of things. Look for my announcements and so forth. Look at deadlines. One of the things that I do have then is mostly everything's due on Sunday. And this is just the core description of the class, course objectives, course contents, course learning outcome. One of the things that I do add in my syllabus, I do is ethnic studies community agreement. We're talking about we have to respect all identities, anti-racism, anti-discrimination, respecting different perspectives and lived experiences, accountability and growth, confidentiality and safety, and collective responsibility. I want to make sure that we're all staying by this. If students get out of hand, that we're going to have a talk one-on-one, but this is where I write everything down to make sure that even if we're taking online class, we're all respecting each other. One of the things that I am adding here is plagiarism and the use of AI. In terms of my IIQs, in terms of the response we're going to have to the reading, I just want to hear your voice. I'm not trying to hear what the reading is saying because we are going to all do the reading while they've done the notes. I want you to tell me something that is conveying what is coming out of you. The readers are telling you something new you didn't understand and so forth, right? So this is one of the things that I am writing in here as well, that I'll be using AI detectives and some of the things. I know people have advanced views of AI, but I really, really want to hear your voice within the IIQs of this class, right? I will give you a 0 off the back if there's any AI, and I'm not going to tell you why unless you email me through Canvas. So the best way to get through me is always going to be through Canvas. The reason I'm saying that because I always get a lot of emails from schools, meetings and so forth. So I don't want your email to get lost. This is why the best way to get through me is through Canvas. So in talking about anti-IQs, student evaluation. So 72% grade of this participation, which is the IIQs. And this is the discussion assignments. What I'm asking is what the importance of the reading, what interesting you find of the reading, and one question that you have for your peers. So the same thing goes within the writing format and the video forum, right? So for the writing forum, I am asking a little bit of writing. I'm asking about 7 to 10 sentences. Into the video forum, I am asking for 2 to 3 minute video. For the video, I know it's a new format. A lot of people don't use it, but I use it for this class because it's an online class. I want us to get to know each other and so forth. By week 2, I'd rather you have the video format, the video ready in terms of the camera. If not, get to me by week 1. But if we don't have anything by week 2, then I'll be deducting points in terms of not having a camera being used for your 2 to 3 minute video. So remember, your first response is always going to be 4 points. And then the response to your peers is going to be 1 point each, adding to 6 points. For this class, I'm doing a Fajr project. It's a zine. It's a creative self-published text. It's more illustrative and so forth. It is going to require some writing, but not as dense as a big piece of paper such as a midterms or other finals have been. So for me, it's always going to be 1-page introduction of the zine, which is going to give your title, give it some, images and so forth. Page 2, you're telling me what you learned from the class, was your takeaway, and then I'm asking 3 pages of analysis of the courses of this class. So please, for this class, please use class materials. Have people turn in materials with using of different readings that they're not give for this course. So then I know they're using AI, right? So this is why it's very important for me that, if you have any questions, get to me. I'll be introducing the zine by week 5. I might change it to 4. This is one of the things that I'd say, like changing the syllabus just to make it a lot easier. So then students have questions, you can always get back to me. And one of those things, again, that I do say is interaction with me. Interaction with me is always through Canvas, so it doesn't get lost. So that's the best way to get through me. And on the weekends, it's a lot harder in terms of like me responding back to you, but I'll get back to you within 24 hours. So now we're going to look at grades and feedback. I usually give me 2 weeks format. 2 weeks allowing me to give you grades, but I'm usually going to do within a week. Late assignments for this class. I am allowing 2 late assignments, so that's basically 2 IQs, but not the final, right? So let you guys know that the final is due on March 6th. Any other than that, then I won't take it through email. Your computer crash, you got sick. This is why I'm introducing the zine a lot earlier. So therefore, you can give me the zine a lot earlier as well. So you can ask me questions and so forth. So this is why I'm asking. The only 2 late assignments is on IQs, but not the final. So this is what in the grades I have: A, B, C, D, and F. I don't do minuses in my courses. And also, one thing to give out is I will give 1 extra credit for this course. I'll put the prompt maybe week 4, week 5, so then you have enough time to do the extra credit, and so then you can be done by week 8. So we still have at least 3 to 4 weeks, so you can manage to get that extra credit. So my grades is broken down here. It's through assignments, right? There's a quiz this Sunday due. So that's worth 8 questions. Each one is 1 point, 8%. IQs, there's 12 of them, 6 points each. 72% of your grade. The final project's 20% of your grade. So it's one of those things is a big piece. So make sure that you stay on top of, important dates, January 21st, drop it at the W. February 12th, last drop is with a W. So in terms of my courses for this class, each 2 weeks, we're doing the same theme, but there can be different readings and different videos as well. So first week, we're looking at Foundation of Ethics Studies, History, Theories, and Power. That's for 1 week. And week 2. And here, this is all the readings and all the videos. All the readings and videos will be introduced by me. So for this class, you would have to buy no books, right? So, so we can use that money wherever way you want to use the money, right? And I'm also giving you what is due those days. One of the things that I do say, what is important for week 1 is to make sure you're doing in your introduction assignment. The rest of the stuff is due, but it is big, and I'm doing introduction to make sure that at least students want to have an engagement in this class and want to be part of this class. I have a waiting list of 20 students, and I have about maybe another 10 students that are adding to get to this class. And the reason I'm doing this is to let's show the class. Let the people at Schaefer know that people are being active in this course. So this is why I say that I'm dropping the first students, if you don't do the introduction, by the 15th. And then week 3 and week 4, we're looking at structures of oppression and resistance, colonialism, capitalism, and migration. Week 5 and week 6, we're looking at cultural expressions and identity formation. This is why I'm introducing the zine. And then the last week of any work that I'm at for this class is going to be week 7, resistance, liberation, and social movement. And it ends at week 7. And then week 8 is basically just to work on the zine, any last touches and so forth. Or maybe you want to start on week 8. It all depends up to you, This class is a short week, so understand that some of these readings are dense. It can be more than 20 pages. So I'm giving that up front. I know some might have a lot of dual enrollment students. Some of us have jobs and so forth. Some of us are parents as well. So just know that, just pace yourself. It is a lot of work in my class. So, and any questions, just get to me. But right now we're going to go through Canvas. So here in Canvas, I have the welcome week, talking about me, the instructor, writing tips, the syllabus. Looking at week 1, we're looking at welcome week, introduction. This is why introductions, what I said earlier, is due on the 15th. Here are the readings: Latino, Hispanics, politics, the ethics names. Here's a video: race, ethnicity, crash courses, sociology, writing video, the writing IQ, the video IQ, and the syllabus quiz. So in terms of introduction of who I am, I am Profe Enriquez. My family comes from El Salvador. A lot of my work is in testimonios, hearing the stories of undocumented movements of migration and street vendors. So that was my biggest work when I did a lot of film for the film festival on Chicana X Latinx film festival, where I introduced did a film speaking about my mom, migration, street vendors, their positionality, what does that look like in Los Angeles and foremost. So that's a little bit about me. So right now we're going to go into the IQ1, IQ2, and so forth. So for the IIQ is I give you basically what I'm asking for in terms of the prompt, one important aspect of the reading, one interest aspect that stood out for you, and what question that you have for the reading so your peers can answer to you, right? So in the bottom, the requirements, your first post is 4 points, and then each response to 2 students is 1 point each, 6 points. And for week 2, IIQ2, I do have the link for we could post a video, so it's a lot easier for all of us to find. Once you click the link, you'll be directed to this website, and you just add the plus sign and it'll add the video. And again, right, one of those things that I am asking is that make sure you have your camera on at least by week 2. You don't have it by week 2, then by then I'm gonna start losing some points. So this is how the IQs and discussions are gonna be. It's not complicated at all. Here add the video. I just haven't added it because I'm doing it right now. But if you have any questions, reach out to me, through Canvas. Best way always. Any questions, let me know. And let's just have fun with this class.